Vickie Russell.
If I were a willow tree, I'd cover you with shade. My limbs would bend to touch the ground, my leaves would never fade. My branches draping, weeping, inspire you with grace. Then I could live eternally, painted by Monet. And if I were a lily pad floating on your pond, my flowers fragrant pink and white, tiny crowns I'd don. And I would multiply my leaves, greener every day. Then I could live eternally, painted by Monet. You and I were lovers, imagine we could be living among the colors here at Giverny. And if I were bowing bridge, my woodwork painted blue, I'd touch the edges of your pond, provide you with a view. On the water's dappled light, my shadows dance and play. Then I could live eternally, painted by Monet. Painted by Monet, painted by Monet, oh, painted by Monet. Thank you. That was my love song to Claude Monet. Oh, okay. So, John, you are kind of set there? Sort of? Maybe, maybe not. This next song I'm going to do, it's so nice that we got to borrow this keyboard so we don't have to set up another keyboard. This song I wrote when I was after I opened for Rick Danko from the band, if you all know who he was. From the band, and I live in this area, and he is from Woodstock, and he was, the night that I opened for him, he wasn't doing so well. We were all kind of concerned about him, but he was actually about the nicest person I've ever opened for. There are some people I've opened for that have large egos. I won't mention any of their names, but he was not one of them. And so anyway, it was a great experience, and soon after he passed away, maybe a few weeks. So I was really glad I'd met him, and he was very supportive of me. So here's my song to Rick. You put me at ease from the moment we met. You reached out your hand, it was dripping wet, pale as a ghost and beaded with sweat. I wondered how you'd make it through the night. When you told you that I was your opening act, you laughed and you said, well, is that a fact? 'Cause as far as I know, we're sharing the show. Now go out there and show them what you know. Why don't you take care of you like you took care of me? Beautiful soul, why can't you see? If you take care of you like you took care of me, we could all go home. You watch my show, told me how great. You asked me to sing with you on stage. You treated me kind. You never lost sight of where it was you came from. Was it losing your son or your close friends? Too many late nights or the end of the band? You were such a warm, sensitive man. Where was all that pain from? Why don't you take care of you like you took care of me? Beautiful soul, why can't you see? If you take care of you like you took care of me, we could all go home. Oh, yeah, yeah. Why don't you take care of you like you took care of me? Beautiful soul, why can't you see that if you take care of you like you took care of me, we could all go home, all go home, all go home. Thank you. I'm going to do this song that, am I allowed to say who this is about? Okay, okay. Well, actually, a few years ago, this wonderful gentleman over here, John Parker on bass, he came to me to study piano. I teach piano and voice in my spare time. And I asked him to just tell me a little bit about his background. I was thinking musical background, but he ended up telling me his story. And at the end of the story, I was, I had to get a tissue. It was a beautiful story, and so I wrote a song about it. So this is it. She ordered eggs over easy, said it so sweetly. He was smitten from that day on. The spring of '57, she was just a freshman. He leaned over, said, "My name is John." He studied engineering, played bebop bass till sunrise. Her mother didn't like him, and she made it known. But they moved in together to a Cincinnati cellar. Well, she had no intention of going home. She's the one thing on his mind. He thinks about her all the time, all the time. Till the day that he dies, you'll see the sparkle in her eyes all the time. He enlisted in the army, said goodbye to Judy, promised he'd write her every day. They cried when they parted. She quit school broken-hearted. He shipped off, she moved away. His letters never reached her. They were sent on to her mother while he toured in a band in the Army Corps. He finally got an answer written by her mother saying Judy had moved on and didn't love him anymore. One thing on his mind, he thinks about her all the time, all the time. Till the day that he dies, you'll see the sparkle in her eyes all mother died. Judy found John's letters in an old desk drawer. She read them one by one, broke down and cried. She knew she had to see his face once more. She ordered eggs over easy, said it so sweetly. He reached out and took her hand. They strolled by the river, laughing, taking pictures. They both knew they had a second chance. She talked about her children and how she lost her husband. He told her why he'd left his wife. Now they wake up every morning smiling at each other, and he thanks God she's finally by his side. She's the one thing on his mind. He thinks about her all the time, all the time. Till the day that he dies, he'll see the sparkle in her eyes all the time. Till the day that he dies, you'll see the sparkle in her eyes all the time. Thank you. Who was at the DJ showcase last night? I was trying to figure out if I should do any of those songs again. Depends on who's here. So 2, huh? 9:29. Oh, I see. That's how many minutes I have left. Oh, you are so efficient, Cheryl. It's unbelievable. I was like, it's not 9:29 in the morning. That would be easier. Well, I'll take a risk and do a song I did last night. I hope you can listen again. Yard sale. So I have this addiction, and if it weren't for NERFA, I'd be out tomorrow morning yard sailing. But I won't, because I need to sleep. Anyone else like to go to yard sales besides myself? Oh, come on, admit it. All right. That's right, make me feel bad. Okay. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Early every Saturday, red Sharpie in my hand, scan the local paper, I'm working on a plan. Got to beat the early birds before the good stuff's gone. Cruising through your neighborhood at the crack of dawn for a yard sale. Tracking down some treasure at a yard sale. Such a guilty pleasure, charge me with possession. Junk is my obsession at the yard sale. When I was just a little girl, my mama took me around to every stinking yard sale in my little Jersey town. I would whine and whimper while she'd poke through every pile. We were dressed in our best and last year's style from a yard sale. Don't be overcharging at the yard sale. She taught me how to bargain. Don't mess with my mama if you want psychodrama at the yard sale. Old PCs, shoe trees, Kenny G CDs, LPs, tchotchkes, buy my precious junk please. Nordic tracks, paperbacks, motorized tie racks, power drills, cheap thrills, never used George Foreman grills, ghetto blasters, thigh masters, barely strummed Stratocasters, bread machines, crock pots, useless crap still in the box, jogging strollers, buttonholers, dusty, rusty ab rollers, dancing Santas, plastic antlers, pre-owned homes of flatline hamsters. I was married happily till I hit overload. One more yard sale pleasure trip and my house would explode. Something had to give or there could be a revolution. Got to save my happy home, there's only one solution. Have a yard sale. Now we're making money at the yard sale. Don't wanna lose my honey, drag it out of storage so fools like you can forage at my yard sale. Drag it out of storage so fools like me can forage at a yard sale. At a yard sale. At a yard sale. Thank you. Nah. You don't want me to start crying in the middle of my... Aw, but that's sweet that you're asking. I was going to actually do a newer song. You want to hold the time thing up again for me? This is the last song? Oh, maybe I should do Manville. Manville? Okay, let's do Manville. Well, I want to just introduce quickly. This is David Michael Peters, my husband, on guitar. And John Parker on bass. And I want to thank Cheryl for having me, and David. And we can't wait for the Cheryl Teenies. It's the best part. Driving down the road, tears pouring from her eyes, feeling so lonesome, never meeting any guys. Then like a prayer that was answered from above, a sign appeared that stopped her tears. Could this be a chance for love? It said Manville, just 5 miles ahead. Manville. Fantasies filled her head, a town where a girl could have her pick. You gotta beat 'em off with a stick. Manville, Manville. There were tall ones and short ones, some were built and some were thin. Brown-haired and blonde, blue-eyed and green, it was a symphony of the masculine. Some were brainy, some were brawny, some were rich and some were fun. They all were there to please her. How could she pick just one? Manville, just pick and choose. Manville, how could you refuse a town where a girl could have her pick? You gotta beat 'em off with a stick. Manville, Manville. For man in Manville, then you could fit in a landfill. No, I ain't lying. This is where they're hiding. Just pick and choose. Manville, how could you refuse? Oh, Manville, a dream come true. Manville, it could happen to you. A town where a girl could have her pick. You gotta beat 'em off with a stick. Manville, Manville, Manville.
Vickie Russell, thank you so much for joining us, for having us. Awesome.